Once upon a time, in the enchanting city of Glasgow, Scotland, a promise of whimsical adventure was made to families far and wide. The House of Illuminati, a mysterious London-based organization, proudly announced the Willie's Chocolate Experience, a Willie Wonka-themed extravaganza that claimed to celebrate chocolate in all of its delightful forms through artificial intelligence-generated wonders. Picture this, an enchanted garden with giant sweets, vibrant florals, and chocolate beans of all colors. An imagination lab promising an adventure that will leave you spellbound, and a twilight tunnel for a heart-pounding journey. It sounded like pure imagination, right? The tale began with a website so woefully crafted that it bordered on comical. Every image, a pretty bad attempt of AI creativity, spewed forth the worst impersonation of the English language that left potential attendees confused, to say the least. Okay, so we're on the official Willy Wonka's website, and honestly, I really like this image they have for the banner. They didn't do a bad job. I can't read the words to save my life, so they kind of, dropped the ball on that part. Welcome to Willie's Chocolate Experience. Dive into the whimsical of Willie's Chocolate Experience, a place where chocolate dreams become reality. Ooh. I'm not really that big of a fan of chocolate, but I'll indulge in some, especially if it looks like I'm gonna be taking some chocolate in a place like that. Like, I'll definitely do that. Book your adventure now and embark on a journey filled with wondrous creations and enchanting surprises at every turn. I don't know what this image is supposed to entail. I don't know, like, in what universe? Look, nothing towards Glasgow, Scotland. I'm sure you guys are cool, but ain't no way you guys have anything like this in your city. I'm just saying. So yeah, that might be a little bit of false advertising, but it looks cool. And that's like the main, draw point. And then we got the Imagination Lab. I don't even know what this is supposed to look like in real life. I can't even begin to imagine. We have like a car coming out of the woodwork over here. Honestly, like, these descriptions are absolutely amazing. I'd love to take part in something like this. So, I bet like parents, as they were looking at this website, they were like, yeah, I definitely want to sign my kid up for that. Like, that looks cool. We're not going to talk about how realistic all this looks. It just looks cool, and that's the main point. We have the Twilight Tunnel as well, straight out of hell right there. I don't know if I want to take my kids to that, if I have them. Ooh, captivating entertainment. That's what I'm looking for. Cause all this stuff looks cool, but where's entertainment? I'm looking for light shows. I'm looking for, people doing backflips on horses while eating huge chocolate flavored lollipops. That's what I'm looking for. So we got this little guy. I don't remember him. So we got, cats Katie. Okay, that's a little bit concerning. Didn't know Willy Wonka was dyslexic. Live performances, love that. I want a live performance from one of the Oompa Loompas. That would be amazing. Cat Karchi, tons, exacerbate lollipops, and a pass a dice of sweet teats. Overall, this website looks amazing. Love all of this white space as well. Makes it a little bit modern. This Reddit post by Prestigious Try 4610 gives us even more insight into Willie's idea of a 10 out of 10 enchanting marketing campaign. Has anyone else been getting Facebook ads for Willie's Chocolate Experience? Every image is AI generated, along with all the gibberish text it tries to create. Not one single picture giving people an idea of what they're shelling out money for, and yet people are buying up tickets. Can't wait for the inevitable influx of posts and Glasgow Live article of people demanding refunds after it turns out to be a lot of shite. For anyone finding this post that attended the event, I don't want to come off as an I told you so, But please, in future, look into things before barreling in and handing over money. All the promotion for this used terrible AI art littered with spelling mistakes, but still people are responding saying, "This looks class, we should take the kids." What looked class? There were literally no pictures of anything. As for all the news stories being run, I've yet to see one warning about scams relying heavily on AI. I refuse to believe not one person associated with the news outlet in Scotland didn't see these ads. If they did, why didn't they think to look into this before hundreds of people were scammed? Too many people wanting to play at being journalists in Glasgow Live, etc., and not one critical thought between them. Scams like this will become prevalent in years to come, and people will be falling for them unless they start to educate themselves, as it's obvious the media has no interest in highlighting these dangers. And wow, did they predict the future. In a digital landscape where technology and creativity converge, Willie's chocolate experience illuminated a darker corner: the deceptive allure of AI-generated advertisements. The House of Illuminati, driven by the promise of a grand, immersive event, resorted to AI to craft this fantastical narrative that ultimately crumbled into disappointment and chaos. Business Insider's investigation peeled back the layers of the Willie Wonka debacle, revealing the fingerprints of AI on the poorly executed promotional materials. The telltale signs were already there: the surreal use of scale, the poorly rendered fingers, and the unnaturally delineated forms. As the curtain lifted on this digital charade, it became evident that the same technology used to push the boundaries of creativity had been harnessed for deceit. The absurdity of the event itself was mirrored in the absurdity of the AI-generated garbage that filled the promotional materials. The disjointed promises and lack of coherence in the advertisements were a testament to the pitfalls of relying solely on AI to craft a compelling narrative. As Sunday dawned, eager families gathered in anticipation, having paid $45 each for the promise of surprises at every turn in this chocolate wonderland. Little did they know that their adventure would swiftly turn into a nightmare, leaving children crying and parents, quite frankly, fuming. The once enticing enchanted garden turned out to be a barren wasteland of an abandoned warehouse housing only a small, deflated bounty castle and lackluster decorations. The Imagination Lab and Twilight Tunnel were mere illusions, with no adventures or heart-pounding experiences to be found. The captivating entertainment in the paradise of sweet teats was replaced by a cruel joke: a half cup of lemonade and a cup full of 2 jelly beans per child. The disillusioned guests found themselves walking through the lackluster event in a record time of 5 minutes, far from the promised 45 to 1 hour immersive experience.
Come with me and you'll be in a bare industrial location, cat dating, catchy tons, and some entertaining entertainment. If you wanna view Paradise, 35 pounds should do it. Have a taste of Oompa fluid. Wanna call the cops? I dare you do it.
Amidst the shattered dreams of Willie's chocolate experience, an unexpected twist unfolded that escalated the chaotic narrative to unprecedented levels. A riot fueled by disappointment and fury. The enchanting promise of a Willy Wonka-themed adventure had morphed into a nightmare, leaving families disgruntled and seeking retribution. Witnesses reported scenes of chaos as outraged parents confronted event organizers, demanding answers and compensation for their dashed expectations. In a desperate bid for justice, some attendees resorted to calling the police, escalating the situation from a small event mishap to a full-blown crisis. Law enforcement, in turn, offered advice rather than intervention, amplifying the sense of helplessness among this super disgruntled crowd. The House of Illuminati, sensing a rising tide of discontent, opted for damage control, canceling the event midway through its opening day. A cardboard sign announcing the cancellation was raised out of nowhere, further intensifying the fury of families who had invested not only money, but also their anticipation and excitement. The aftermath saw the House of Illuminati issuing over 800 refunds, attempting to quell the unrest that had really spread like wildfire across social media platforms. And let me just remind you, that's 800 times 45. You do the math. It's pretty bad day for those investors. But honestly, maybe it's not even that bad, because there were actually a lot of attendees following this event who said that they never received full refunds. So, guess they can't even do a good job with that part, can they? The company's director, Billy Cole, appeared on STV News offering a formal apology. The debacle, he claimed, was due to a non-arrival of holographic paper, preventing them from deploying their absolutely fabulous technology.
You've scammed children.
But this whole thing is a lesson that AI needs to be regulated ASAP, because people are gonna keep doing this. And I know there's gonna be more about this Billy Cole guy coming soon, and I bet there's gonna be criminal charges coming his way. So I will stay on top of that story, and I will bring you any updates as they happen. Stay tuned.
The actors, too, definitely had their own grievances. Paul Connell, who played the role of Willie Wonka, recounted his super bizarre experience. And let me just say, I don't know how he got cast, because sure he's an actor, but it looks like they just got everyone off the street, because Willie Wonka doesn't look like that the last time I remember. Hired on short notice, he received a 15-page script filled with AI-generated slop. The event, promised as a 45-minute spectacle, stretched Connell's sanity as he played Willy Wonka for 3.5 hours without the promised breaks. As the story of Willie's chocolate experience unfolded, the online world couldn't resist the spectacle. Memes and viral videos featuring the sad Oompa Loompa and the unknown villain emerged, capturing the absurdity of the failed immersive experience. And, when an event goes viral for the worst reasons, there's always a chance to make even more money off of it. And that's what a couple of opportunistic filmmakers did exactly. A horror movie titled The Unknown was announced pretty soon after this whole event.
What is that? It's the unknown.
Are we supposed to know who that is? I mean, is he from something?
Yeah, like is he from a local commercial or?
Well, the scariest thing to the mind is the unknown.
Attempting to capitalize on the disastrous Willy Wonka debacle, showcasing the growing trend of exploiting internet sensations for scripted projects. Kind of like this video is doing, except I'm doing it in a tasteful way. Caledonia Pictures hastily greenlit this absolute speed run of a money-making opportunity. Deciding on if turning this disaster into a scripted horror film was in good taste was definitely not lost on critics. As the curtain falls on Willie's chocolate fiasco, what have we learned? Maybe, just maybe, some things are better left to the world of fiction, and Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory is best enjoyed on the pages of a book, or on the screen of a classic movie. As for immersive experiences, let's just hope that the next big one doesn't involve AI, jelly beans, or an unknown man lurking behind a mirror. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. It was really fun researching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And also, thank you so much for the support on my last video. It went way better than I thought it would. Subscribe while you're here, and reinvent the ordinary.